Welcome to another episode of the Social Guy Podcast. My name is Nathan Hand. I'm your host, and this is the show where we talk about all things communication to help you become a better listener, a better communicator, communicate better with your family, your coworkers, your kids, your significant other. The list goes on. Today we are beginning a short series on relationship communication. We're going to be talking about a lot of different ways to communicate better with your partner, whether that is your spouse or soon-to-be spouse or someone that you've just started dating. It's important to understand who we are, who they could be, and what expectations we should have going into that relationship or even years into that relationship. They always say you can't choose your family, and that's 100% true, but you do choose the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So it's important to put in a lot of effort to make sure that this person understands who you are, understands what you're expecting, and you guys have open lines of communication between the two of you. Research has shown that a lack of communication or poor communication in a relationship is often the number one reason for divorce or a breakup. So my goal here is to help you understand a few aspects of relationship communication and help you become a better communicator and to have better relationships. A lot of the ideas in this short series comes from a book called Relationship Communication by Astrid Hunt. I highly recommend you get this book. I listen to it on Spotify for less than $10, and it is chock full of information, which I'm going to break down over these next few episodes for you. Today we are talking about the 5 basic needs in a relationship. And this is the first topic that Astrid hits in her book. And it's super important to understand what these needs are for ourselves and for our significant other. Now, there are more needs than these 5. These 5 are not every person's unique needs. Everyone has their own specific uniqueness to them. That's what makes you you, and different things that you will be looking for in a relationship. And it's important to learn what those things are, and we will talk more about that later on. Today, we are just talking about the 5 basic needs that every human has. For you to feel happy in your relationship, these 5 basic needs need to be met. And for your significant other to feel happy being in a relationship with you, these 5 needs have to be met. So it's important that you understand these 5 needs so that you not only understand what your partner is requiring out of your relationship or requiring from you, but what you require from them and what to ask for if you're feeling like those needs are not being met. The first common need that everyone has when coming into a relationship is the need to feel secure and the need to feel vulnerable. This basically can be chopped down to the need for common decency out of your partner. When entering a new relationship, we don't know what a person's past has included or what kind of possible trauma they have been through. Regardless of that, we should enter a relationship and we should expect out of someone else when entering a relationship common human decency. The need to feel secure in a relationship is going to change and vary person to person, but mostly we want to feel like we're not going to be cheated on or abandoned or put down or emotionally or physically abused. I know a lot of you out there are hearing these and you're thinking, man, do these even need to be said? Is this even really a point? Like, this should be common knowledge. But sometimes we often forget about these when we're blinded by our situation or we're blinded by what the person is saying, or we've been manipulated to think that these are things that we should just accept. But having this sense of security is going to help you and your partner open up and be more vulnerable, which is going to help you have better communication because you're not going to be afraid to tell your partner how you're feeling, or you're not going to be afraid that your partner is going to belittle you for what you say or how you feel. The second need in any relationship is the need to feel valued or significant. This often comes through loving acts, a person opening the door for you or doing something that they know you find special without having to be asked. It can even be through words, just by giving someone positive affirmations, telling your partner how much you love them, how much they mean to you, how special they are. Things that you admire about this person. If you know that your partner really enjoys having a meal cooked for them, take some time out of your day and cook a meal for them. Make them feel loved and significant and valued. Without this basic need met, you may start to feel like you are undervalued or you just serve a function. You're not a member of this relationship. You're just there to make someone feel better about themselves, or you're there to meet their basic needs, and your needs are not important. Your needs are not valued. No matter how secure you feel in your relationship, you're not going to feel comfortable being vulnerable with a person who you feel doesn't appreciate you. The third basic need for every relationship is the need for variety. Now, don't take me wrong here. That does not mean that you need to be doing something extravagant every single day or every single weekend with your significant other or for your significant other. Variety can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And it's important to have this conversation with your significant other to figure out what they find adventurous or what they consider as variety. For some people, variety could mean different ways of staying in. So it could be cooking a different meal than they've ever had, or experimenting with a different drink, or experimenting in the bedroom. For others, a sense of variety can just be the types of conversations that you have. How deep are the conversations? Are they about the same thing all the time? Are we going to be talk about something different today, something unique? And for others, it can be going out and experiencing something new. Maybe they are adrenaline or thrill seekers. Maybe they need to try that new restaurant as soon as it opens. Finding out what you and your significant other deem as variety is very important so that you best know how to shake things up and keep things interesting in your relationship for each other and for yourself. The fourth basic need, and honestly probably the most difficult for people to find and express and receive, is the need for emotional connection. This is where the need for vulnerability really comes into play. The need to express our emotions and express what we're feeling in a safe and healthy manner, but to have that deep emotional connection with someone that we don't have with just our friends or neighbors, someone that we can share our deepest, darkest secrets to, someone that we can be our true selves with, and someone that we can express ourselves fully with and feel like it's received and understood, and that you can do the same for. Having that connection with someone where you feel like you understand them completely, their emotions, their needs, their desires, is so rare and so difficult to find. So, what if you're someone who struggles to open up emotionally, or you're someone who struggles to share things? You have a hard time being vulnerable, and that's okay. You do need to start somewhere, and you do need to find a way to connect emotionally to your significant other for your relationship to thrive. You may be saying, I don't know how to do that. I don't even know where to start. Well, let me give you a tip. Start simply just by sharing something small. Make it honest, make it vulnerable, but make it small. Just share one thing and see how your partner responds. And then when you do share that one thing, ask them to share something in return. Make this a time to actually be together and to understandably be emotional and vulnerable with each other. Without this simple need, without this emotional connection with your significant other, you will feel alone. And you will feel like you do not truly know your significant other or their desires or their life goals or any of those things. If you've met your other needs with them and you feel secure and you feel significant, loved, and valued, and you have some variety, it should make it easier for you to open up emotionally. But without this next piece, you will never feel truly connected to your significant other. And the fifth and final basic need is the need for personal expansion. We as humans are constantly desiring to grow in our career, grow in our personal experiences, grow in our family, and grow in our relationships. Try realizing that you are in a relationship with someone who is their own person. They have goals and aspirations for their life just like you do. And finding someone that can help lift up your goals and elevate your desires while also you elevating theirs and pushing each other in a healthy way to become a better person and become the best version of you that you can be, and to chase those goals and to chase those dreams is life-changing. Having this fifth piece and this fifth basic need met is going to help you feel like you're not just in a relationship, you're growing as a person, and this person that you are with, your significant other, is not just making you feel secure and significant and you have an emotional connection, but you are going through life with them. You are becoming a better person and you're helping them become a better person by going through life together. Now, if you're listening to this and you feel like, man, I don't have those 5 basic needs met, that's okay. Communication can fix all 5 of these. Communication is the core of all 5 of these. Having a healthy line of communication where you can talk to your significant other and express to them, hey, this is something that I need out of this relationship. Or, hey, this is something that I feel like I haven't been giving you enough in our relationship, and I'd like to do a better job at that. Having that self-awareness, having the openness and the honesty and the vulnerability to share that in your relationship is huge and will help you to work on getting better in these 5 areas. The more you work on them and the more you have these 5 basic needs met, it gives you a stronger core in your relationship to blossom and to talk more deeply about other things that we'll talk about in the next few episodes. Another thing to note here is if you're just starting out in a new relationship, oftentimes these 5 needs are suspended. You don't think about them as much and you give your partner the benefit of the doubt because you just met. You don't really know them. You're still learning them. And that's okay. You're still in the infatuation stage of your relationship, and oftentimes the need to feel emotionally connected in that stage kind of takes a back seat. But as your relationship evolves and as you start to learn this person on a deeper level, remember these needs and remember these conversations and remember things that you should talk about so that you can evolve in your relationship with this person. Romantic relationships are so powerful and so exciting. There's a reason they're the number one topic when you're watching movies or TV shows. It's what we desire. And I hope that this episode helped you understand a little bit more about yourself, maybe helped you understand a little bit more about what you're looking for in a partner, and then also, if you're in a relationship, helped you understand how you can be a better partner for your significant other. And keep in mind, these are just the 5 basic needs, and there are more unique needs from each individual person. And the more you get to know your significant other, the more you will learn those unique needs and be able to meet those as well. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. And until the next one, remember to stay social.